ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Tessy Thomas, very good to see you again. We met last week and I've been wondering what I should ask you on this platform. So let me start with the question that I should have asked you last week. What is it like to be called the Missile Woman of India?
I think I had 36 years working for this missile program, and someone like with appreciation has named this. I don't know where and when it got came into my this thing, and since maybe the work, the type of work which has been carried out for the missile field. I was working for the Agni class, the long range guidance scheme, first of its kind in the world we can say, which is very adaptive for all long range systems. So that is where the missile women would have come. That's the way I take it.
Wonderful. You were preparing for the IAS. You wanted to be a civil services officer. What made you change direction?
Actually, after completing my BTech, options are either IAS, IES. That's the way we looked, HAL. So I didn't even get time, because by the time the advertisement for this DRDO sponsored program, MTech program, 10 students will be selected all across the country. There was a written test. So I went for writing that. I got selected in that before my BTech results came. So I didn't have any option to go and take up anything else. And moreover, that time IITs were giving a scholarship of 1,000 rupees, and the present DIT or IIT, the Armament Institute, was offering 1,200. So always that age, we know only to rate that way. That's the way I took up that opportunity and went for this guided missile program as MTech course.
That's a very interesting reason to have chosen what you did. Was there any doubt in your mind or in your family? Because this is not, we say that the sky is the limit for women everywhere in the world. You've shown that even the sky is not the limit. But when you started off, did you think that this is the best move for you? And looking back, were there points in your journey where you thought that you may not have made the best choice? Was there a turning point?
I think I didn't have time to think about whether I made a best choice. The first 20 years, including the MTech program, we didn't look at the outside world. And once I came to DRDL laboratory at Hyderabad, it's like I was selected for the Agni program. We don't even talk to anyone on what we are actually working for. Almost 15 years, nobody knew where I am. Even my friends also, I have lost touch with many of my friends also, because the way the programs were streamlined, that we are not supposed to talk about where we were working. So that's the way. No regrets, because it's for the, we know the importance, national importance of this, and the responsibility what is being put to us. So keep working, that was the ultimate aim in our life.
Absolutely, and you've inspired so many women. When we talk about women empowerment and what needs to be done to get more women into the workforce and into leadership roles, we've been discussing STEM education. What is your message to girls who want to pursue science as a career?
Yeah, actually when I joined the organization, it was hardly less than 3% women, girls were joining. Today the trend has changed, 15 to 18% women work as scientists, and that's really encouraging. And today, because of the awareness that science, technology, engineering, mathematics are easy to learn, I feel now the younger generations, because I have a lot of interaction with the school children as well as college students, they feel really motivated to take up this. If ordinary person doing engineering like me can come and work on this scientific field, any present generation is with a lot of knowledge around. We had only the textbook knowledge, what we learned, But today, the whole knowledge is around, and we need to only think, and the uh, inner desire to do this work in this field. And science, STEM subjects are equally easy as any other subjects. That's what I feel. I know scientists from, my friend from ISRO also will vouch for that. I think if once you learn, you only fear what you do not know, but once you learn, you know everything. That's the way the knowledge helps us in going ahead.
A big round of applause for that. You only fear what you do not know. Dr. Thomas, I'm sure leadership is difficult both for men and women, especially for women. And in a field where there are very few women colleagues and leaders, were there moments in your career where you felt dejected and then you thought, I will show it to them and I will do it? Do you have such stories?
Yeah, maybe when I was designated for project director Agni 4, like we had done Agni 1, Agni 2 and Agni 3. That was a different class of technology, where existing technologies with rocket motor casing, metallic ones were used. But world across had a different type of picture altogether. Then I was asked to see, like Agni 3 with 50 ton, we are reaching only 3,000 kilometers. World across were claiming 3,500 and so with that type of weight launch mass. When I gone through the technology, we have to enter into composite rocket motor casing, composite technology, which was even the carbon fiber, the material, raw material needed for that was not available in the country. So this was the time I was given the task of developing a system of world class, where weight reduction also has to be there. And initially, the mandate was if we may change one of the stage of the rocket motor, we may be able to achieve. But the things were not that easy as it looked. That's where I was thinking, at one point of time, I was not sure the responsibility what was shouldered on me. I thought it's easy, but it was not so. So we had to go through the development of composite rocket motor technology, prove its capability, design, test it, and then take it as a rocket motor casing. And finally, when the efforts of after 4 years, we could achieve with 22 ton as the launch mass, launch capability up to 4,000. That is how Agni 4 came up.
Fantastic, fantastic story. Yeah. What is it that motivates you, Dr. Thomas?
It's like we work for technologies first of its kind, which is not available within the country as far as we call it innovative or all the technologies what we need. So it's like, it's the challenge what comes to us or the opportunity given to us to do something new. Definitely, we had a lot of great visionaries like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. They all had a great vision of what our country should have as a defense capability, what our government tells us what we need to make systems. So these are the things, input which comes to us, and then we look for what is the world class or beyond, something totally innovative, which doesn't exist in anywhere in the world. So that's how the Agni class of guidance law, where I was the designer for this Agni class of systems, first of its kind in the world, we can say, and systems of world class has been made for Agni 4, and same technology was adapted for Agni 5. That's how it's the need of the nation or the requirement for our countries and the responsibility given to us that makes us motivated as defense scientists.
How does your team align with you when you take up this project, which is a matter of pride, not just for you and your organization, but it's something that your entire country is looking at you for delivering on something like this. Is it the same as a woman to pull it off?
Actually, I was fortunate to have a very young team working for the Agni 4. In the project group, we were 5 project group, but all across the country, from different missile, all the labs, DRDO labs, plus industry. So more than 1,000 people work as a scientist for one of the systems in the initial development. So that is like, if all of them are coming out to work and all of them are inspired to work for the country, then that gives us the, all of us the guidance. It's a team, it's a leader. Leader is only one person who is just be there as a team leader, but it's the whole participation of all the scientists working towards realizing a project.
That's also something that is said of women leaders. They foster a collaborative working environment. We have women like you, women achievers in the field of science and technology. We've had some before, and yet this field remains dominated by men. What will it take to have more women enter this field and excel in it? What is your message to them?
Yeah, today itself the difference has already been seen. Like when I joined, as I mentioned, very few were there. Today, most of our senior women leaders, they are either a technology leader or a project director, and many have come up to take that because they also need, I mean, few women show the path, they come, they get guided towards, and I think it's easy as any other. If men can do, women also can do. There's nothing which is stopping us from doing that.
Absolutely.
Good.
As a leader, what have you done to build that pipeline for more women to sort of take up these roles and to lead projects like you have done?
So I see as a team leader, we need to first understand the real responsibility what we are into. Once the team members understand this is the importance, and I think they are all geared together to work together for this. And even if me as a team leader, sometimes when we go through a testing of a missile, once it is prepared, it takes more than 14 to 18 hours of test continuously. And maybe setup is made ready, it becomes afternoon. It goes way late into the late hours. But then my team members, they say, don't stop it, we will continue. We may end at 3 o'clock at the early morning, but all the team members, that the spirit of the whole team members, that we'll complete. Otherwise, there's no excuse for doing things of this national importance. I think all of them are so much motivated and inspired. And we all work for technologies which is unknown to us. So it's the avionics, the electronics part was going through a lot of changes, revolutions. Digital technologies like analog systems to digital computers came. So we had a lot of innovative, and learning for the first time was always there. So they were all spirited enough to learn and were together working. Scientists don't give up. So they continue working throughout. That's the way we do.
What does the missile woman of India do when she's not designing missiles or thinking of them?
Now, those tough days of my life, I get back, switch on the TV and watch the TV, drain out whatever was in my mind, see like who is wearing good saris. So that was the one thing which used to relieve me from all my tensions. Then I didn't have any complaint of cooking, so I used to cook my own food. That's the way I used to spend time. Little time in some badminton or something like that. That's the way I used to have life. My husband was from the Navy, so he was also posted somewhere outside. So, but whenever they were here with me, great support as family. So we were, my son also, very understanding. So that way, we all together made it, we can say.
Very inspiring story. Thank you very much, Dr. Thomas, for speaking to us and for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause to Dr. Tessy Thomas. And I'm going to request Palki to please present a token of our gratitude to Dr. Tessy Thomas, the Shakti plate. And that makes for a very nice picture. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Palki. Thank you so much, Dr. Tessy Thomas, for making the effort and coming. Thank you, ma'am. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.